So if I were to pick any of those players to be fit and to be in form to help City right now, for only one of them, it has to be the Ballon d'Or winner. Because I think Phil Foden, right? And I was close to saying Phil Foden because Phil Foden, I mean, he didn't carry City last season, but where in the absence of Kevin De Bruyne, he was creating. In the absence of Haaland, he was scoring. So you might think him, and as I'm saying, he was a close shot for me in terms of that's the player that you want back. And maybe if it's a surprise that I'm not saying Kevin De Bruyne because he is the player who is most gifted or who has the greatest ability to unlock Haaland, and if he's giving the assist to Haaland scoring, then City are going swimmingly. But like I think in the last few seasons, Kevin De Bruyne is not quite at his absolute peak, and once again they went a large majority of last season without him, and they did quite fine. Similar to the season where he did win player of the season, I think where he got 20 assists or something like that. That's when Liverpool won the league. So they can do it without Kevin De Bruyne, but I do think that Rodri is absolutely the best player in his position in the entire world, right? And it's not just defensively where they're unable to keep any clean sheets. I think if you have Rodri, that helps you on the defensive side of the ball. But in these close games, we've seen him, like if you can look to him and you can call upon him to go win you the game, which is, again, how many times have you been able to say that about a DM, you know? And in terms of what he's able to give you in the passing game, like he's absolutely brilliant and sure in possession and in terms of like setting everybody else in terms of where they need to be and how they need to take. So if I were to choose of any of those players, some of them are already back like Gundogan and Walker, but they looked like they're not yet fully fit against Bournemouth. It would have to be Rodri, Chuck. For you?
I think I wanna not fully agree. I mean, Rodri is important for all the reasons that you've listed, right? And you can see a Rodri-sized hole. But when I think about the injured Kevin De Bruyne and the instant impact he had as soon as he was back fit for City, scoring a screamer, giving those assists, and at some point he had, 5 assists for Haaland or something like that, and you're like, okay, that's direct injection. Whereas, I mean, I'll use a criticism against Kevin De Bruyne to his advantage because they keep saying, when you're in the Euros, in the World Cup against the Italies and the Spains of this world, you don't perform. You're only good against the Bournemouths and against the Brightons of this world. That's what City need. They need to be dominant against those sides and get points because you're not playing Chelsea, you're not playing Liverpool every other week. So I think for them to get back to the winning ways, I think that's someone that you can get an injection from in terms of he changed the results or the momentum of a game like that. But I do hear your Rodri shout, Jay, because that composure, that stability that City have always had, if it was not Fernandinho, it was Rodri, right? And Rodri took it another level higher because not only does he give you that stability in front of goal, he gives you that winning goal, he gives you that key pass as well, and it's just a machine all over the park. And so I think I want to say
character as well.
Yeah, true. He never say die attitude, right? Because he shows up even when the chips are down.
And that bites. Like he's not just one of Pep's technical angels. Like,
do you think though that City need bite and they need mentality because they are mentality monsters? But do you think that's what's lacking at this point, or do you think it's a spark?
You
don't think it's a spark, Jay? Because I think it's a spark of quality.
Both,
because I think Kevin De Bruyne gets on the ball more, hence he's able to affect the game more than Rodri does. So I think that's why I'm leaning towards that side, even though I do hear the Rodri shout.
Yeah, I think it's both because even the approach to possession, another risk averse team.
Yeah.
You saw against Bournemouth. They got up in their faces and they were able to win those balls in the midfield and then hit them on the counter attack, which. One, of course, is you want that ball security, but second to that, you want a man who's going to be going up against a Semenyo and have they be able to have a shoving match. You know, that okay, Semenyo might come out on top in this one, but then Rodri might come out on top in the other one. Whereas with the current crop that they have, even if it was the Burner who comes back. And I'm thinking about him when like he was crying on the field. You need more than just being the pass masters and being able to play teams off the field. That when you don't have a day like that, like can we win ugly? And the catalyst for that is Rodri.
I think we're looking at this differently because I think City are not going to be needing to win ugly that often. But if they need to, then definitely I'm with you. But if they dominate and they overall and they control possession, I think the guy
Rodri also gives you.
Which is true, but I just think the guy with the more touches, the more shots, the more influence on the game. I mean, for
KDB.
instance, never mind price. The person that you're gonna probably buy on your FPL team is Kevin De Bruyne, because the either will be an assist or a goal, and I think that's what they need right now to calm the waters or to get them sparked up. But in terms of
See,
control,
that's why that form of Premier League is fantasy. In the real world, you call upon the Ballon d'Or winner.